I thought I told your ass to subscribe, man. What's going on? I'm gonna find you, bro. It's a matter of time. Just fucking hit the subscribe, like, and share button. All that shit.
I'll be there tonight as well.
I'm gonna do the same thing with this shit. I'm gonna bounce it off Kobe's face, bro. Hey, they gave the boomerang to Verdun before Verdun popped this fucker.
He was there that died and did it?
Nice. Is there a special technique to it?
Like this? I got no idea.
You know?
I'm not skilled enough.
Does it come back around?
The proper ones do. Like the really, really, really expensive ones, like handmade by the Aboriginals.
Really? You throw them the right way and they come back?
Yeah, they used to kill kangaroos and all them. Oh, thank you. Was at the hotel for UFC Fight Night in Sydney, and Fabricio was there. I was talking to Fabricio, and he just told about Australia and everything. So I gave him a boomerang. Then about half an hour later, he saw Colby. And the week before, Colby did that infamous Brazil you're a dump interview, and Fabricio obviously took exception to it. So he saw Colby in the car park and threw it at his head. Yeah, I gave him a boomerang, super necessary, so I had to do it. Hopefully he throws it at Marty Usman's head. The same mate that gave this boomerang to the fucking Verdun
gave it to you.
That fucking later bounced off that fucking dude that got his jaw broke in his face. It's the same guy that gave me his boomerang.
He's 5 minutes out.
Awesome is that?
He's 5 minutes out.
The meet and greet starts at 6 o'clock. Right? 6 o'clock.
Never been a good catcher, bro.
It is now 6:19. So we're already 19 minutes late. I said make it 6:30, right? Because obviously Jorge is extremely busy.
Just remember, we're never late. They're always early.
That's it.
Do you want me to go down there and be like, oh, you know, we're just running a few minutes late, guys, just hang tight. We'll be there in a few minutes. We'll do
To the stage?
Yeah, let me just tell them.
Yeah.
So that way they just shit, bro.
Fucking the best manager right here.
Because if not, then we're fucking
Earn your keep.
I'm gonna put the force field up. Go.
See?
I went down and was training with Izzy in New Zealand and 3 days into camp.
Shit.
Blew it out.
But just the meniscus.
Yeah. So
okay. It's not,
I'll find out tomorrow if they're gonna pull it out or leave it in.
Hey, what did he say?
I was like, the people are good. And he was like, no, they're getting real fucking...
No, he's getting frustrated.
No, they're getting frustrated. It's not the people. I saw them.
You know what?
We were good.
He probably wants to finish at 9 on the dot so he can go home.
I told him whatever we're missing, stay after to make up for them. It's no problem.
Last time we went to finish at 9, we left at almost 11. This guy's the sickest cunt. He's getting photos every time.
No. Yeah. Olivia. Sifu. All the way, man. And Jorge. Best. Love you guys. Hold your belt. Thanks, man.
I've been to an Alcoholics Anonymous, what they all say when they start.
Hi, my name is Jorge, and I'm alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic. Man, it even feels good to say that. It feels good just getting it off my chest.
My name is Max, I'm a drug addict. I'm a sex addict.
It's been a rough 3 years. You could have fooled me with the drug addict and the sex addict, I can see it.
You ready? Let's go do it.
I'm ready, man.
We're on the back and walk at the front.
All hard, all gangster.
Street Jesus! Give it up for Jorge Masvidal!
Cam froze the F up, man. Do we have footage of him? People are gonna see it. Bro, I gotta get him, right? That's my boy now, man, but I gotta let him have it because the truth is the truth and the truth will shine.
Oh yeah, so Jorge. I think everyone here wants to know about the backyard biz. Yeah.
Before these people beat you up, I'm just gonna let them ask questions. They're gonna fucking lynch you, bro. They're gonna fucking murder you, man.
This dude choke jobbed it. He just, you know, he was trying to impress and he freaking, I don't know, man.
Alright, let's talk about your boxing, eh?
Who let this guy smoke?
It's audience Q&A. It's an audience Q&A, so any questions?
Do we need a new interviewer?
Say it again.
Who do you think's doing a better job, me or that guy's question?
Alright, set him up here. He's taking over.
But you know what? It was good though. Because on his personal level, he did bad, but for the fans, I think it made it better because they were just throwing jokes at him, talking shit, acting wild, and we all had like something else in common besides fighting, you know. So it was fun. He made for good chemistry, I think. For the people that were there, they were having a ball.
Question, obviously after the beef with Ben Askren and things like that, after you lay him out like that, was the beef sort of fade, fizzle away? Do you have a bit of respect for him now, or still don't like the guy?
From competitively.
Good question. Good first question.
Fuck all of you.
Obviously with McGregor now,
This guy's taking over, man. We're
gonna give him my tour, man.
my opinion.
Who stole my friend's puppy, man? Somebody stole that guy's puppy. Why you look so sad, man?
And then we find out of nowhere this future co-host out of nowhere, this kid's sitting up there with us, answering questions, asking questions, smooth, you know.
Just a question for Riley. How's it feel to be up there with the Gamebred? You're a natural, brother.
Look, to be honest, it's pretty intimidating.
Yeah, you see? I'm not, man, I never do this shit. We didn't have an interviewer. I'm filling the role.
Look, my interviewing record is 1-0 apparently. This is my debut as well. Some tips for you though, bro.
Hey, alright, in the front, listen.
When he's answering the question, you think about your next one. And then you just roll from there.
But Cam was under the influence from what I heard. Something happened to him. I think he had a brownie of some sort. And I don't know, maybe had the devil's lettuce sprinkled in there. And he took off, but to Quiet Town, you know.
What's your thoughts on the tweets from Usman's account recently about Conor McGregor? What's your opinion on that?
It's just what a coincidence. Right when Conor fights, his thing gets hacked. For starters, raise your hand, somebody. Who the fuck wants to hijack Usman's Twitter? What the fuck? So you went through all that trouble? You went through all that fucking trouble to do that? Why don't you break into the Australian Treasury, download yourself $10 million before you go on Usman's fucking Twitter and hack? Fuck. Somebody raise your hand if you even know somebody would waste your fucking time and trying to hack that guy's fucking Twitter once. So I definitely think it's bullshit.
What do you think Conor thinks he has an advantage over you? Where do you think he has it? Because it's...
Where does he has the advantage? Snorting coke.
Your YouTube series Tell Us When the Grind was awesome, inspiring, incredibly motivating. It also showed you raising Colby as your son. You gave him a roof to live under and a couch to sleep on. You even showed him how to tune the girls. What's happened since then, and where did it all fall apart for him turning his back on you?
As we started, I used to be at 155 pounds. I came up to the weight class, I got ranked, I beat a couple guys. I might have got ranked even before him, I think. And then there started being like, I felt that raft already a little bit. But whatever, nothing crazy, you know, it's been my friend for a while, I don't give a fuck, you know. And when he fights for the world title against RDA, he had one guy in his corner, that was my coach, that I had to ask, man, please help this guy, you know, he could be good for us. He's helped me out a lot with the wrestling, help him out. So they embarked on the journey, my coach coached him off of that. From his amateur career, his first amateur fight, to all the way that he fought RDA for the interim belt, this is the first time in his career that he made money. He didn't pay my coach, he stiffed him. So as soon as that happened, I was like, nah, fuck that guy. And I say coach, but really I should be saying like my father, because this guy took me literally from the streets and told me since I was a kid, like, hey man, if you put all this is when I was still doing the street fighting, and
he thought that was shit. It was like, this is the stupidest shit you could do. You have talent. You're gonna either break your hand or get stabbed or something stupid's gonna happen in there. Why don't you come on over to the pro side and to see how far I can take you? And me and him have been a team ever since. So you can imagine when this guy ripped him off, I wasn't too fond of that.
I got a question. The video I
because
sent
you've
you,
been quiet for like 22 minutes, so this question has to be good.
Abe sent you the video that I sent you, yeah?
Super Bowl.
Which video?
The boat video? No. What video?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great night. Please, would you put your hands together for Jorge Masvidal and Aiden Mason and